is AI going to bring the separation of companies closer together with adoption, or is AI going to make it so it's gonna be harder and harder to compete? I think I look at robotics as an example. For a while, robotics was only adopted by the really large manufacturers who are running, you know, high volume, low variability parts. And in recent years, robotics has really been able to transform the industry and make it accessible to any people. So is AI going to be similar to that, or is it going to be different?
How much do you want me to geek out on you?
You got time. You got time.
I think it's definitely gonna be a differentiator, right? Is it gonna bridge the gap? I can't say for sure, right? But if you look at Figure One, I don't know if you follow the humanoid robot world, but Figure One is one of the more prominent humanoid robots that are out there. I think they're doing a prototype at BMW's facility. And what's interesting about that humanoid is it's not programs. It watches a video of somebody putting and doing a process. In this case, there is a sample of putting a Keurig pod in a Keurig pot, right? Pretty simplistic. Could be just a regular robotic arm, but what's interesting about it is nobody programmed it. They played it a video. They used AI, and then the robot taught itself how to manipulate that Keurig pod, and it self-corrected and put it into the coffee pot, right? That is a huge differentiator, right? And it did it very, very rapidly. So that I think is definitely going to change the market.
I think the cost of entry is changing a lot too, right? So just like robotics, when it was first something we were all looking at, it was clunky, it was expensive, it was all the things. It's gotten much more elegant, it's gotten much easier, and it's gotten cheaper. I think we're going to see the same trend in AI. And then, to the speech you made earlier, I think there's a whole young generation that we need to empower to help us change the way we're doing it. So, I mean, my last 2 interns walked in the door and they're like, "I wanna do AI." I'm like, "Well, there goes that work plan. Let's go this way instead," right? But I think that there is a huge opportunity, and I think we need to figure out, how we can, use the next generation to bring it, and, that will, yeah, continue enabling everyone's path forward, so.
I I actually think it's a really accessible platform. Um, we as e-tech look at this as the next, I don't want to say necessarily winnowing line, but this is going to separate people, not necessarily by size, but by people that are willing to adopt this revolution in this industry versus people that resist it for too long and they just get overwhelmed. And I don't think it's going to be cost barrier to entry that will do that. It's going to come down to, do I see over the horizon enough to say this is going to be really important? This is going to change the way that we're making things. And there's a lot of different aspects to that. It's quality. It's how do I have more replicable, faster, higher OEE in batch process? How do I troubleshoot discrete manufacturing process? How do I coordinate internal logistics in a factory, from resource manager getting the right person in the right place at the right time, prioritizing maintenance, prepping for maintenance, that stuff. But I also think it's some of what you were talking about in the keynote, where companies that embrace this stuff are going to be more attractive to the new workforce, and companies that don't are going to be less attractive, and they're going to get smoked. They're just not going to be able to attract the bright talent that's available, because they're going to go where people are making investments in technology that's forward looking versus we just want to stay where we are as long as we can.
To kind of add on that with my own question, I view AI as a train. And right now, it's at the train station and it's slowly going to start moving. And the sooner you hop on that train, you're already in a you're already with momentum with the train. And that train's gonna continue to speed up, and it's gonna get faster, and it's gonna get faster and faster, and then it's to the point where it's very risky to hop on that train. You can, but if you can at least just get on it now and just figure out some small processes and steps to at least be part of that momentum, it's gonna make your company a lot easier to implement successful implementation of AI and smart manufacturing solutions, in the years ahead, because I think AI in the next 5, 10 years is really gonna transform our industry. We're finding, I think, more use cases for AI than we thought when it was originally designed for. I think we're finding, hey, we're going to do this, but you know what? We found A, B, and C as a solution, as a better option than what we originally designed this, model to be around.